Alright guys, HD here with another game of Smite. Today we will be doing Arena. We have a match on Arena, and I am playing as Kuang, aka the Master of DPS. So, let's get right into it. First start out the game, get one of each skill, because they're all pretty useful. Start just trying to go for the Boots of the Magi, just for that extra magical penetration. Now, Kuang, a big thing that dictates how this guy plays and what kind of items you should get for him are his passive ability. So his passive ability is that you gain a certain percentage of however much mana you have as magical power. Now that means that in addition to items that give you a certain amount of magical power, you want to be looking at items that also give you lots of mana. So, you'll see in a second here, I will actually show you when it comes up. But for now, let's just talk about the early game. Just kind of trying to level up, take care of these minions. The first thing you want, the priority I like to level with Kuang, this is my second or third game with him. I like to always get the tornado first because that's really your big damage dealer. It's got a nice area of effect, and when you fully get it leveled, it can do some serious damage and really clear minion waves. My second priority I like to put into Squall, which is his line ability, which is also a slow. So when it's fully upgraded at 5, it does a 50% slow for 3 seconds, which is really nice when you're trying to hit people with the tornado or your ultimate. Going into his second ability, he has it's his escape. It unroots him from any slowing effects and increases his movement speed by a certain amount. So here I'm just going back to the base to kind of try and pick up some stuff because I've got enough gold to finish my boots. Not much gold to finish anything else. I think the next thing I go for is the, as I was saying earlier, the item that you always should take is the Book of Thoth. Now, this gives you a certain amount of I think 100 magical power, but its ability gives you a passive bonus every time you kill a minion or a god that increases your mana. And I think it increases it up to 750, which is a giant amount. And you'll see near the end game here, I get just a ridiculous amount of magical power. And I can it's so easy to kill people. So easy to gank, especially with that. You see there, that was his ultimate. It's this huge line attack that has a pretty good distance on it and does just a massive amount of damage. So I'm trying to get away from Kali here. That's another good strategy to do with Kuang. If you're trying to escape, use your 2 to kind of unroot yourself from anything and get that extra speed boost, and then lay a tornado right under you so that anybody pursuing gets hit by it. And it helps me out a couple times later in the game. But the Book of Thoth is just ridiculous. It stacks ridiculously well with Kuang's passive. So as you'll see, I'm leveling up. I've got my priority on the ultimate, or sorry, not the ultimate, on the tornado. And I almost got a kill there. If the Thor hadn't gotten in there, I would have definitely gotten that one. But anyway, I actually don't make it out in time. I just kind of push a little too hard. I'm not aware of my surroundings, and I just go in a little too hard. So right now, not really utilizing Kuang to the best of his abilities because I don't have an insane amount of magical power. Now here I'm just kind of checking stats. His abilities are very much dependent on how much his effectiveness, I should say, is very much dependent on your magical power, because I never really see. I get in there with the take his health down with the oh, I try and go in for this gank here. I hit a nice, don't know if I can actually quite get this one. I think oh no, I actually do get it. But as you can see, even just at level 9, my ultimates and some of my abilities are just doing ridiculous things. So the rotation I kind of like to try with Kuang, and this, there's two that I generally try and do. I'll try and lay down a vortex first, just to get a nice damage over time effect on him. Then I like to try and hit with the squall to slow them, and then after the squall, hit with the ultimate. And generally, that can lay down some pretty serious damage, and at almost any stage of the game, it's enough damage to absolutely kill somebody who isn't a tank, like Bacchus or Hades or something like that. And then even, as you can see there, get another kill. I think that one was with the squall. But eventually, by the end of this game, right now you'll kind of see the magical power just start to skyrocket. You purchase the Book of Thoth. I have a lot of magical power, and that mana boost from the Book of Thoth is just going to continually raise the power again. So I think I'm going for the Obsidian Shard next in my item. Just as kind of a to make sure I have enough penetration. Kind of waste the ultimate there. Wish I would have saved that, or maybe hit him with the squall first, because all I did was hit minions with that. But near the end, you'll kind of see it. I do miss a couple more ultimates, and I do need to get a little better with aiming the ultimates with Kuang. But by the end of the match, you'll start to see it. I can hit. I think by the end of the match, he was hitting his squalls for 500 to 600, and there you can see I lay down that tornado, and it's just kind of a fire and forget type of deal. You can just kind of let it loose, and if somebody's at, quarter health, they'll generally be dead by the end of it. But anyway, I lost my train of thought. Anyway, as I was saying, I don't like to do any defense really with Kuang, because I just go straight with offensive items. A lot of stuff that boosts mana, a lot of stuff that boosts magical power, and then a couple items for the penetration. Now see there, lay down that, you just lay down tornadoes and look at that. Look how much it just takes them down. Now this, I got a little bit too, I wanted some kills a little bit too bad, so I sent my squall in there, and it finished off the hell, I believe, but then I got ganked by the Hunbats and Hades, I think. I can't, I just watched it and I can't remember. Anyway, here's the ultimate, trying to hit someone else again. I do get that Hunbats, and look at how much damage that thing does. If I could have been a little bit closer when I put that on, I definitely could have gotten the gank there. But as it is, I just take down that minion row. Again, the ability here, and it's not even on that big a cooldown either. I don't even have my Chronos Pendant yet, and I'm not having to wait too long. There's that slow with the squall. While they have that slow on them, like to put down that that tornado, and I was killed. I actually don't know what happened there. I think I may have just gotten a little too close, which is always something you want to watch with Kuang, is that you just keep your distance, because you start pushing a little too much, even if you're not necessarily in the crowd with them. If you're within range of a mage or something, it's usually enough to kill you. Being that Kuang is pretty squishy. But anyway, that Book of Thoth, you can see I'm up to almost 50 stacks, and my magic power is now at 470, and I'm not even level 15 yet. So it's that kind of stuff, and you'll see later in the game I get over 900 magical power. Get in there, just barely don't get that gank on whoever was back there. Lay down, come around the side, lay down this tornado, and as you can see, it just does chunks of damage by the end of this game. That tornado can release some serious damage, and within one kind of burst of damage, I'd say, or one rotation to a single character, I think I could get over 2,500 with all the attacks. So, definitely not a hero to be underestimated. Not really a hard one to play either. It's actually pretty easy to chain all this stuff together, and it's pretty straightforward as far as a build. So here I realize that I'm kind of outnumbered a little bit. Launch that Squall backwards, which is the thing I love about Kuang. Just as kind of a secondary note, he does a really good job, and here's where the magical power just really starts building up. I think I'm at almost 600 now with the rod. I have Tahuti, which the ability on that gives 25% additional magic power in addition to the 125 it gives you. So, or no, it gives you 100, but it turns into 125, I believe, something like that. But anyway, totally whiff on the ultimate there, which was a shame. But I slow down this Raw, and I'm chasing after him. I think I can get him. I don't. That Artemis actually saves me, but the hurricane or the tornado finishes off that Hades after I take off. So that's another. I mean, again, that's what I'm talking about. He has escape He has very flexible options. Kuang. He has this tornado, which is really good for lane pushing. It's really good for taking a lot of help off multiple heroes if they start bunching together, but it's also kind of a good escape. I had some DPS issues there. Get hit by that light. That shouldn't have happened. Throw down this thing to kind of cover my escape because I can sense that there's someone behind me, and I actually do get the hell kill. So that was kind of the moment I was talking about where, you know, I have very minimal health and someone's chasing after me. You just lay that down on somebody that's going after you, and you know, you could see it. It was doing almost 120 per tick, which, you know, overall can stack up to a few hundred. Get in there with that Squall, which is doing a good amount of damage. Get the unfortunately, I think I had a couple kills stolen there, which kind of sucked, but overall not too bad. Kind of go back to my base to heal up. Always never a bad thing to retreat if you feel overwhelmed, especially with a mage like Kuang. You can't go in and just start soloing a big group of people. You kind of need it set up, and you need some help from your teammates. So here I'm just kind of trying to harass on the side while my teammates draw their attention to the front. Getting a couple assists here. Try and throw that Squall out. Can't quite hit anybody. I'm just trying to kind of push at this point and just kind of make sure that they're on the back foot. Hit that hell. I want to get her. I do with the auto attack. Unfortunately, that Hunbats gets me. I managed to get away though because I don't know what he was doing with that ultimate. But anyway, I mean, you can just see the damage that it does. I mean, Kuang is incredible for pushing lanes with that tornado ability. Now this Hunbats, I can't exactly remember. I whiff on that ultimate again. I really do need to work on aiming with that. I kind of get stuck here. I should have gone back to the base at this point. Again, knowing when to push and when to fall back is very important. So I should be... Okay, I am headed back to the base, actually. I think to pick up some more, more items. Level up to 19. Just kind of finishing everything out. Go for the Gem of Isolation. Gives some nice stats. I think it reduces... or it slows on hit, so that Squall turns into a 75% slow, which is just unbelievable. Allows for some serious control. As you can see, hitting for about 130 per tick on the tornado. I think I overstepped myself a little bit there. That Squall, as you can see, 676. Get the assist on that that hell. The Hunbats, I think... No, I end up getting that Hunbats. I can't remember. I know I died one more time in this game. I just can't remember what it was to. Unfortunately, I don't think I get any kills. I get set up for a really nice, like, triple or quad, but it doesn't quite happen. As you can see, that ultimate right now doing 1,300 to the minions. I put down the storm on Hades. Unfortunately, no, it wasn't the Hun bats that took me out. Wow, I'm having trouble remembering, actually. Can't remember what error I made exactly. Put this down, though, and should have gotten that raw. It's this hell, I think, actually, that ends up getting me. Yeah. So I just got a little too careless. Tried to get away, couldn't quite make it. Probably shouldn't have pushed that hard. Should have just tried to keep harassing. And actually, this game gets pretty close in a second. We're up 52 to 10 right now, but I think they managed to bring it back down to, I think it's at one point it's 13 to 10. Which, as you can see, they're just sitting at that 10. And they sit at that 10 until I get off of respawn. But this game is coming to an end, and look, I mean, they almost turned it around at the end here. I get out, I'm trying to kind of, my ultimate is almost off cooldown, so I'm trying to get one more use out of it, see if I can take somebody out. I see a nice lineup here, could possibly, but anyway, look, you'll see we only had 3 left, actually. It was 3 to 4, so I don't even know how that happened. Anyway, that's Kuang. Pretty good game. Thanks for joining me today. It's a good character. This guy just rapes face. I mean, he can get so much magical power. But anyway, thanks for joining me, guys, and I will see y'all next time. Bye.